Hello, my friends. We are talking about AI today. We are in the AI renaissance, and I want to pull back the curtains and talk to you about how I'm using AI in my business and how it's really helped me buy back my freedom, especially as a busy mom. My life does not pause for my business, and I felt like for a long time I had to choose, like being present at home or being present in the business. For the first 11 months of my son's life, I had no childcare. Even now, I have a nanny that comes 2 days a week because I'm at the desk 2 days a week. But my brain doesn't shut off the other days of the week. Like, I'm still constantly thinking of business ideas and inspiration. I mean, shit, I'll be like literally half asleep and I gotta like ping out of bed and open up my notes section because the visionary in me thought of an idea, right? And so I no longer have to choose between being the visionary CEO and being the present mom at home because I'm utilizing AI to its fullest extent, and it is such a breath of fresh air. I run this business. It's real, it's active, it's growing, and I do it 2 days a week. I'm at the desk Tuesday and Thursday. And yes, partially that's because I busted my ass for years and I set up the proper infrastructure and system and have the A+ dream team. But it is also because I am leveraging AI. I'm not on my laptop at dinner anymore. And that didn't happen by accident. It happened because I made a decision to stop being afraid of AI. I really started leaning in and I'm using it as a genuine business partner. So I'm here to shed some of that light and inspiration with you here today because I think so many of you possibly are avoiding AI, and I get it. It does feel overwhelming. There is a new tool every week. Everybody's screaming about a different platform, and you're already maxed out. You're running a business. You're seeing clients. You're raising kids. You're trying to take care of yourself. You're trying to be a partner and have a social life. And then learning one more thing on top of that, it feels like a lot. But avoiding AI right now, it is a very expensive decision if that is what you are doing. Entrepreneurs who are learning these tools, even imperfectly, even slowly, because that is very much me. I'm having my team teach me stuff. Okay, I'm watching YouTube videos. In fact, I'm actually using AI to teach me AI. I am feeding YouTube videos into Claude and telling Claude to dumb it down and teach me the top tips and tricks that I can use so that I can be more efficient. But the entrepreneurs who are learning these tools, they're producing content faster. They're building systems faster. They're serving clients faster. And the gap between them and the people who are waiting until they have more time to learn it, it is widening every single month. So you don't have to be a tech genius, but you do need to have the willingness to experiment, and you need to have the commitment to not letting fear keep you stuck. So I'm going to get off that soap opera and I'm going to talk about some of the actual ways that I'm using AI because I don't want this to just be a theoretical conversation. And I think that you can find inspiration in some of the ways that I'm using it. Like I said, I'm using Claude to even teach me how to use Claude. That's one of the first ways that I'm using it. And when you set up Claude Cowork, you can actually have it running 24/7. And so I have Claude constantly scanning YouTube for the top videos, and then it breaks it down for me in the top tips and tricks. So every single week, that's an agenda item of mine to go see what Claude Cowork scanned, what's new because it's constantly changing. And then I learned something. I built out a podcast agent. I actually had one of my team members build this out for me. Okay. And I'm at 80, 90 something, almost 100 episodes. And I'm starting to forget what I recorded on. And I need to think of new ideas. And so instead of going into the archives of my brain anytime I need to sit and record an episode or scrolling back through my catalog of what I have talked on in the past or haven't talked on recently or what were my most popular episodes, etc., this agent is going to pull all the insights from all of my previous 80-something recordings. It's going to connect it to relevant themes, and then it can produce full episode concepts for me in my voice. The content is already rooted in real conversations with real people. It's not generic. It's not made up. It's directly from the work that I'm doing every single day and have produced already. If you're thinking about launching a podcast or taking yours to the next level, Juliana and her team are the experts you need. They take care of everything from episode funnel design to production and marketing, so you can focus on creating content that connects with your audience. Check out the show notes on how to get access to their team and just mention that I sent you. Happy podcasting. Another way that I'm using a Claude agent is content creation. And so I very much used to spend hours writing, reviewing, refining. Now I have a Team Fathom account, and all of the sales calls and client calls that we're taking, it feeds into this account, which then feeds into the Claude agent. And then it gives us ideas for social media content. So this is where clients are like, Carly, holy shit, did you bug my house? Like, this is exactly what I'm going through. And this isn't new, actually. Ever since I have been creating content, I have got messages like that because this work is very close to my heart. This is my lived experience. People read my book and they're like, holy cow, they're reading my story. I can't put this down, Carly. This is exactly what I'm going through. I do deeply know and understand the worlds of therapy and coaching and business, but I don't have to use my brain power anymore and get in this deep reflective mindset, if you will, and then create that content that is so inspirational and attractive and liberating where they're like, oh my gosh, you're in my mind. Instead, I just use my Claude agent. I am turning all of my IP into PDFs and presentations a whole lot faster. It used to take me a long time to create presentations or guides and formatting it and making it look professional and pretty. And then I would pass it off to a VA and that would take them some time. Okay. So now I'm saving my VA work where they could be doing something else because I'm having Claude do it for me. A super polished PDF or presentation in the fraction of the time. And it's in my exact branding. It's in my exact voice. You can assign Claude skills and it can rinse and repeat. So you could have the same exact presentation branding or carousel branding every single time. It can create SOPs for you, building out your standard operating procedures. You have to have that as you scale. And almost nobody does this because it takes so much time to document everything. But AI has made this something that you should be able to keep up with. All you got to do is describe a process. Claude builds the SOP. You could even put the transcript in. Loom even does this now. Okay. So there should be no guessing with your team. Nothing should live in you or your team's head. AI should absolutely be able to help you with SOPs in no time. I'm using Claude to also scrape and synthesize data from my CRM system, my customer relationship management system. I use Go High Level. I've been able to use AI to pull and organize data. It pulled all of my tags. Go High Level doesn't have a way to pull every single tag and have a tag database. I don't know why they don't have that, but Claude did it in a fraction of the time. I mean, that would have really taken like at least a full day to go through because the amount of tags that I have is just absolutely insane. And so then it organized them all, organized and scraped lead data, follow-up sequences. I said, scrape all of these, see what has the highest open rates, client movement through the pipeline, reorganizing the pipeline. Oh my gosh, you could be sitting on millions of dollars. I know I am inside of my CRM system. And if I can use Claude as my partner to help me organize, scrape, synthesize my data, put it into spreadsheets that are being actively updated, then we can have a clear picture of what's happening in the business without even having to create anything. How fun is this? It is so fun. I've almost made a game out of Claude Cowork. So now that I know how to work it, anytime that I'm going to go on a walk with my son, I set up Claude Cowork. I give it a task. I give it multiple tasks, like a series of tasks. Then I go on my walk and then I come back from my walk and all the work is done. So I have this alumni presentation coming up and it's going to be on the 5 top things that are changing and have changed in the online coaching world that coaches need to know about. And I wanted to put together this slide deck presentation. And so I had ideas on the top 5 things, but I wanted to do some more research. I wanted it to pull from another slide deck that was in my email. And so I connect my email and connect whatever else you want it to scrape from. And I say, hey, this is the context, create this presentation, do some more, Googling and research on the trends, pull from this email, create this slide deck. And also, after you create the slide deck, I want to send out some snail mail. So can you draft what the snail mail could look like for me? I really want a QR code to be on there. So while you're at it, generate a QR code for me that's going to lead them to the sales page. I don't have the sales page yet, so just put a placeholder there and research what would be the cheapest snail mail option for me to use. Went on my walk, came back, and it was all freaking done because of Claude Cowork. The cool thing is there's also Claude Dispatch now, where you can use Claude Cowork from your phone, because before you can only use Claude Cowork from the app, and it needs to be the app, not the desktop version, okay? The app on your desktop. And now you can actually use it from your phone when you have the app open, as long as the app on your desktop is open and awake. And so people are actually buying like Mac Minis and computers just to keep awake at all times so that they can run Dispatch from their phone, and they can run Claude Cowork from their phone and just have tasks going 24/7. I mean, I work from my phone majority of the time. So these are just a slight few ways that I am using AI. And mainly, I realize this episode is all about Claude because that is just all the hype in my life these days. But I'm also using AI in my project management system. So Notion and ClickUp, they have AI add-ons that you can use. And that's also a game changer. Guess what? Therapist to Coach Startup School is back. If you've been sitting on the fence, this is your sign. We're spending 5 days together, making sure you know exactly what you need to do to successfully expand into coaching. If you're feeling maxed out, maybe you're fully booked, maybe you have a cap on your income, you're sick of trading dollars for hours, this is for you. You genuinely love being a therapist, but you want more freedom, more flexibility, more security in your life. Maybe you already have a coaching business, but you're on this revenue roller coaster and you can't seem to get consistent clients. I can help with that too. It's all happening June 22nd through June 26th. Come spend 5 days with me. I'll be your business coach. We'll meet for about 90 minutes every evening, and you're going to get a full week of intensive business education broken down into digestible bites you can actually take action on. The legal stuff, the ethics of adding coaching, how to create and market a profitable program, how to choose the right audience, how to charge high ticket rates, how to pick a niche that passes the high ticket test, and so much more. Stop talking about it. Let's do the damn thing. Click the link in the show notes, and I can't wait to see you inside. So I know some of you are listening to this and thinking, all right, Carly, like this all sounds amazing, but where the hell do I even start? Like, I don't have any agents. I don't have any workflows. I don't even know, like, what do you mean by agent? Like, I barely know how to use ChatGPT. Creating an agent, by the way, is so amazing because then you don't have like the AI ADHD where you're like shifting back and forth to all of these different threads and conversations and you're forgetting like which one was in where. It's just an organized way. In Claude, you can create projects. And so I've actually created, I think, like 15 or 20 agents for my clients now. And this is also what Carly AI is. And you can check out Carly AI on my website, carlyhillcoaching.com. But I have created agents for every area of my client's business to help them with marketing, to figure out their niche, to write all of their emails for them, to write all of their social media posts for them, to audit their sales calls for them, to audit and make sure their branding is streamlined across all of their different platforms, to write sales pages, to write webinars, the whole 9 yards. Like, I have created agents for everything. So they're really, really magical. Step one, if you're confused, go to Claude AI, get a paid plan. I would recommend the paid plan because you have to have the paid plan to have Claude Cowork, and watch some YouTube videos. Just start a conversation. Just play. I want you to have playful energy as you go into understanding. You're going to be surprised at how much you learn in such a short period of time. Step two is, if you have time for a content idea, bring it to Claude, ask it to help you turn that idea, or take a transcript of a call, better yet, and tell it to write you like a podcast outline if you have a podcast, or if you don't, a social media post or an email at the least. Just let it do its first draft. You refine it and then get a feel for what it can do for you and your material. Then once you're comfortable with the regular chat, then download the app and explore Cowork. Then you can also explore Dispatch from there. So start with something simple, just like get a Claude account, okay? Then use the chat feature. If you're familiar with ChatGPT, then you'll be familiar with that. And then step 3, try Cowork, or step 3, also just create a project. That would be another simplified way of staying organized. So you don't need to learn everything at once. You just need to start. You just need to start. And you're never going to feel completely ready. That's not how new technology works. But you learn it by using it imperfectly. And then you get better. And then it becomes second nature. And then you become obsessed. And then maybe you're going to teach somebody how to use it. Most likely that's what's going to happen. So don't be afraid of it. Do not put it off. It is a tool that is available to you right now, and it will and can give you back hours of your week. It can and will multiply the output of your genius, and it can and will help you build a real business without sacrificing your life outside of it. You have everything you need to start. You just got to start. So if you have questions about AI, or like how else I'm using it in my business, or you have ideas and you don't know exactly how to make that come to fruition in the AI world, message me. I do not bite. I love to hear from you guys. I am in my DMs. Okay. So if you need help, reach out, shoot me a message. Tell me what's going on. What are you working on? My love is with you, and I'll see you in the next episode.